Schneider. It's a guide's life. Here I am in the cold and rain of northern Michigan. Guys, it's like 55 to 51 degrees this morning. It's 55, 56 degrees this afternoon here. It's been mist and rain all day. I'll tell you, you kind of get a little bit of the doldrums when that happens. But hey, the show must go on. I got a couple of things I want to do right now. First of all, so I've had a few people ask me some really good questions, and it made me think about something, and that is that I want to do a Q&A. I want to do an episode of questions and answers, and I want to do it tomorrow, actually. So what I want you to do today is do me a favor. If you've got any sort of questions, fishing-related questions that I might be able to help you with or respond to, I'd like to shoot a show, maybe take 8 or 10 or even 15 questions and kind of go through and answer them. So do me a favor here. Go ahead and if you've got a question to go on the Q&A show tomorrow, throw that out for me, and I might actually make that a bi-weekly thing. Where I just answer your questions. But I do want to address one right now. I had a fella ask me a question here about fishing deep, rocky, clear water, kind of situation. And actually, that's a lot like what I deal with here in northern Michigan a lot. I will tell you one thing about this. This may not be completely a response to that, but I will tell you one thing about it. Here in Michigan right now, I can tell you that if you want to fish rocks early and late, and you want to fish grass edges the rest of the time. We have this little joke about fishing in these northern waters about you just throwing at the dark spots. You go out on the flats and you'll see dark lines and edges and things. You throw your tube bait or your drop shot at those dark spots, and that's where you're catching all these big fish. But they do get on the rocks quite a bit. And it's been my experience that most of the time, that on these lakes here anyway, in particular, it's an early and then towards evening kind of a deal. When the fish get on the rocks, they run, they cruise, they don't congregate, they don't sit in one place. They kind of cruise around on these rocks in these northern lakes. And so you have to be mindful of that. You want to be throwing jerk baits and spinner baits and topwater baits in those low light kinds of situations. If you hit a fish, follow up with a tube bait or something like that. Sometimes you can get another fish. My last fishing trip here was the first time, in fact, fishing with Ed from Adventures, Ed Palmer. That was the first time since I've been here, we've been catching fish, and there's been a group of fish coming in with the fish, which is a pretty common occurrence here in Michigan. Anytime you get around smallmouth waters, whether it's on Lake Erie or Lake St. Clair or any of the Great Lakes, fishing the smallmouth. You'll find them in groups. We didn't hook up on a follow-up cast necessarily, but it's a great way to catch them. So I wanted to mention that really quick. It's kind of a cold and crappy day, guys. It's a guide's life, and frankly, I didn't go far. I drove around. I took care of some errands. Got my trailer tires replaced finally. So hopefully my trailer is all set for my return trip home. I do have some big news, and I almost hesitate to say this because sometimes plans change, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. On the 21st and 22nd, I'm going to have some big-time guests coming in to fish. I do have a guide trip, by the way, on the 15th here, but I've got some big-time guests coming in, and Rob from Lunkers TV is going to be coming in, at least tentatively, along with Alec from AP Bassin. So AP and Lunker are going to be here. They're coming up to fish some smallmouth with me, and so that's coming. And so I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully I don't, sometimes it's better to leave it as a surprise and then not have people disappointed if it doesn't come to pass. But anyway, that's in the works. And me, old poker face, I can't keep anything to myself. So don't tell me a secret if you don't want everybody to know. But anyway, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you checking in with me. It's just, like I said, it's just a cold and rainy day. Never got wet. Never got anywhere near the water. I had a trip planned today, but just decided not to go. Having said that, however, send me your questions. Don't forget, too, by the way, 1,700 giveaway. More and more stuff in that package. I'm going to do a tutorial coming up here. I want to do a drop shot tutorial, and I want to do a tube jig tutorial as well. Tube baits are popular even in the South, in the central part of the U.S. Up here, they're gold, because of what they look like. But I want to go over the different types of rigging that I use for tube baits, and I do want to do a drop shot thing. So those are tutorials that are coming, and I'll probably, of course, I'll throw a bunch of that stuff in the prize pack, the 1,700 prize pack. All right, guys, do me a favor. Give me a quick like on the video, subscribe, share this thing. Let's get it out there. I'll have a lot more content for you tomorrow. Today was, again, just one of those cold and rainy days where I kind of stayed in and whatnot, but I wanted to touch base with you. Question and answer video tomorrow. Do me a favor and attach your questions to this thing so I have something to talk about. If I don't get any questions, I'll shoot something else. But I'm looking forward to getting back under the water here in the next day or so as well. Get you some more underwater footage. Captain Dave Snyder, it's a guide's life, man. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you soon.